So good morning, dear all. Shall we start? Uh, 21 of you have joined. So let's wait for another 2-3 minutes and then we will start. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So shall we start or we will wait for 2 minutes more? How do you suggest? We have completed 2 units, first unit and second unit. And third unit is about virtual instrumentation. So we will be skipping this unit. We will do it afterwards. First, let's start with unit 4, that is on data acquisition system and analog to digital converters and digital to analog converters. So as your subject is sensors and instrumentation, so data acquisition system is must. By name you can guess that what it can be doing. Data, that means some data. Acquisition means acquiring the data, that means getting the data. The system which is getting the data, acquiring the data is called as data acquisition system. Now what is the block diagram of data acquisition system? If you remember, in very first class we have seen one block diagram of generalized measurement system. The same block is for data acquisition system, because that particular generalized measurement system block diagram is also doing the same purpose, and data acquisition system is also, this particular block diagram is also doing the same function. So just see shortly like what is basically major components of or basic blocks of data acquisition system. If you need to acquire any data, any physical quantity, then you must have sensor or you must have transducer, or in some of the applications you may need both sensor also and transducer also. So this will pick up the input signal and this will convert it into the suitable electrical quantity. But because the level of that particular output is not sufficient to drive further, it may be in microvolt or it may be in millivolt at this level, at the output of the transducer. So what do you need? You need to amplify the data, and there may be some unwanted signals also in the data, so you need to filter out that data. So if you are amplifying the data and filtering the data, then this particular process is called as signal conditioning, and this block exists here between transducer and this ADC. That's what we have seen in generalized measurement system. But it is this signal conditioning block is must in majority of the applications. So here you amplify the signal, maybe the millivolt signal may be amplified to higher millivolts or maybe to volts. And then what you are doing, you are using ADC, that is analog to digital converter. Why do we use ADC? Because if you work with microprocessors or microcontrollers or any digital system, then directly analog data is of no use. So this particular analog data has to be converted into digital data. So the job of ADC is to convert the analog data into digital data. And then you use any processor, it may be microprocessor, it may be microcontroller or any other digital system that will process your data according to your requirement. And then either you directly display the digital data to LCD display or to LED display, etc., or you again converted it to analog form with the help of digital to analog converter. So now again you are getting your analog data, which is the electrical quantity. Your input may be physical quantity, but or it can be electrical also, but at DAC output you are getting analog data, that is your electrical signal that you can like display on the system, or you can observe it on CRO, or you can observe it on some, if it is to observe only to voltage is necessary, then you can see it on multimeter, etc. So this is how your basic data acquisition system is. Here you should have signal conditioning block, which I have mentioned in generalized measurement system, which we have done in very first or maybe second class. So is it clear to you what is basically data acquisition system and where the role of ADC and DAC stands? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we are in this particular chapter, in this particular unit, we have to study two ADCs and we have to study two DACs. So there are many types of analog to digital converters, like successive approximation ADCs, delta sigma ADC, dual slope ADC, pipelined ADC, and flash ADC. But in your syllabus, two are given: successive approximation ADC and delta sigma ADC. And in case of digital to analog converter, two are given in your this thing syllabus. One is weighted binary, binary weighted or weighted binary types of digital to analog converter, and second is R2R ladder. Is that R2R ladder? Yeah, R2R ladder, DAC. These two types are there. But you can study, if you are interested, you can study other types also. But now let's start with first we'll start with D2 digital to analog converter. So as the name suggests, what it is doing, it is converting the digital data into analog signal. So how it is doing, what is the principle of that we'll see. But before that, let's see some basics of these data converters. Like, let me see if I can type something into this. Yeah. If we talk about analog to digital converter, A to D converter, then what is your this thing is doing? Analog to digital. And if you talk about digital to analog, then it will convert digital to analog. But both the ICs or both the principles, here you have to select number of bits. So number of bits is one parameter. Number of bits. Now what is number of bits? Whether you want to convert the data in 4-bit format, 4-bit or 8-bit or 16-bit, whatever may be, or more than that. So if you number of bits is important, that means your analog data is to be converted into 4-bit data, or you in digital to analog converter, whether your 4-bit data is to be converted into analog data. So number of bits is important. Now how to select number of bit, that will also see. But then secondly, in case of A to D converters, what is most important is second parameter is conversion time. Conversion time. That means how much time it requires from data to convert from analog to digital case. So why conversion time is required? Because suppose if you select any analog to digital converter and if you are receiving the data particular in some specific time interval, then suppose if your A to D converter is having more conversion time, then what will happen? By the time you are finishing your first data, converting it into digital, the second analog signal appears onto the input, and that will make a chaos. So it should not happen. It should be such that within a stipulated time before receiving the next data, your first data should be converted properly. Is it clear? If you have more conversion time,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
if your input is occurring fast before your first conversion, then it will make chaos, because it will start converting the second data also, and the first data will be lost. So conversion time parameter is important in case of A to D converter. And if we talk about digital to analog, this number of bits parameter is same for A to D converter also and D to A converter also. And in case of A to D converter, we talk about conversion times. And in case of D to A converter, we talk about settling time. Both are same. But in case of analog to digital converter, it is called as conversion time, and in case of D to A converter, it is called as settling time. Settling time means the time it takes to settle down the output, settle down the digital data into analog output. So both the things, conversion time and settling time, these are same timings, but in case of A to D converter, it is called as conversion time, and in case of D to A converter, it is called as settling time. So you have to select depending upon your application, like how fast your input is occurring. Based on that, you should select your conversion time of the data converters. But suppose if you talk about number of bits, then and this should not happen that again if you say that your conversion time or settling time should be less. But suppose if you are measuring the input, which is, let's say, first input is occurring in morning, and second input is occurring in afternoon. So you have almost a span of maybe 8 6 or 8 hours, or maybe more than that. And suppose if you select the conversion time or settling time in nanoseconds, then what will be the use of that? Can anybody let me know? If you see, if your data input is available in morning and next input is available in afternoon, and if you select the data converter which is having the conversion time in nanoseconds, then what will happen? Can anybody tell me what will happen? Nobody knows. Nobody can guess. Say if your input is occurring at a large interval, and if your conversion time is in nanoseconds or microseconds, then also it is of no use, because such a fast conversion time or settling time is not your requirement. So but if you select such type of ICs, the such type of data converters, then the cost increases. So you have to see depending upon your application, like how much conversion time you require, how much settling time you require. Because unnecessarily if you select any fast converters which is not required for your application, then unnecessarily the cost of the device will increase. So you have to see depending upon your application. Now let's talk about number of bits. When we talk about number of bits, let's say we talk about 4-bit. So 4-bit means 4-bit converter means 4-bit converter. This is general discussion for both analog to digital and digital to analog. So when we talk about 4-bit converter, that means you have 4 bits. 4 bits means, let's say your first bit, it may be D3, D2, D1 and D0. So how many levels will be there? If you have 4-bit converter, then how many levels will be there? Can anybody guess? This is binary data, digital data. This is binary data. And if you use 4-bit converter, then how many levels will be there?
16.
Yes, 16. Good. 2 raised to 4 it is, isn't it? 2 raised to So it is 2 raised to 4, that means 16. Good. And if you have, let's say if you have 8 bit, then these are 16 levels. 16 levels means from 0 to 15. It is not from 1 to 16. It is from 0 to 15. So you have 0 also here. And if you have 8 bit converter, then 8 bit, then if you have 8 bit, then how many levels will be there?
2:8.
Yeah, 2 is to 8. That is how much? It should be, it should be on your fingertip, 2 raised to 8, because we generally maximum most of the time we deal with 8 bit. So 2 raised to 8 is 256. That means you have 256 levels. 256 levels means from 0 to 255. Okay. Now why we are mentioning this 0 to 15 or 0 to 255, that we'll see. When so let's talk about 4 bit, because it is little easier to understand. So 4 bit, if you use analog to digital converter, then your analog data will be converted into 4 bit format. And if you use 4 bit digital to analog converter, then in your 4 bit digital data will be converted into analog signal. Now let's talk about now this combination. If you talk about 4 bit data converters, then this combination will go from, this will go from 0 0 0 0 to 1 1, isn't it? So this is your 15 levels. 0 0 0 0, next will be 0 0 0 1, next will be 0 0 1 0. Likewise you will go till 1 1 1 1, that is from 0 to 15. This is your 0th level, and this is your 15th level. 15th level. And suppose if you have analog data, analog signal, which is from 0 to 5 volt, analog, it is from, let's say, 0 to 5 volt. So minimum how much voltage is there? 0. And maximum how much voltage is there? 5 volt. So if you want to convert this data into 4 with the help of 4 bit converter, then your 0 to 5 volt data will be converted from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1. So your minimum data, digital data, is 0 0 0 0. For 0 analog voltage, your digital correspondence will be 0 0 0 0. And for 5 volt, it should be 1 1 1 1. But if you say now, what will be one step level? One step level will be how much? You are using 4 bit converter. 4 bit converter means maximum 16 levels you are having. And what is maximum analog voltage? 5 volt. So 16 levels will be divided for 5 volts. So how much will be the one level?
0.3125.
Yeah. So 3125, is it? It is millivolt, isn't it? 5 divided by 16. So right, 0.312. Okay, it is 0.3125 volt. That means 312.5 millivolt. So this will be your, now what will be your 0 0 0 0? It will correspond to 0 volt. Then what will be your next? 0 0 0 1? It will be correspond to 1312.5 millivolt. Then what will be your next data? 0 0 1 0? It will be 312.5, that is 312.5 plus 312.5, because your one level is of 312.5. So what will be this?
625.
Yeah, good. 625 millivolt. So you understood this concept. Now likewise, if you go till 1111, then what will be your last data?
5 volt.
No, it will not be 5 volt. It should have been 5 volt, but it will not be 5 volt. It will be 5 volt minus 312.5 millivolt. Why? Because we have not started with 1. We have started with 0. And from 0, we are going till 15. So this is your 0th level. This is your 15th level. So these 16 levels are from 0 to 15. So if you go, if you see this particular, if you go on adding this, then at 1111, you will not get 5. It will be 5 minus 312.5 millivolt. So what is this? How much it will be? 4.6875 volt. So if you see that when we talk about full levels, when our analog voltage is maximum 5 volt, then for 1111 digital data, that is last final digital data, we are not getting exactly 5 volt. We are getting 1 LSB error. 1 LSB error means this is your 1 LSB. 312.5 millivolt, because your one level is of 312.5 millivolt. So your last data is not completely 5 volt, but it is 1 LSB less. That is 312.5 millivolt less than the whole data, the final data. So maximum analog voltage which you can get is if your analog to digital converter, if you're talking about analog to digital converter, then for 5 volt or for 4.6875 volt, you are getting 1111. But when you talk about digital to analog converter, then for 1111, you are not getting exactly 5 volt, you will be getting 4.6875. So this 1 LSB error will always be there. So this is when we talked about 4-bit converters. But if you talk about 8-bit converters, then what will happen? This 16 will become 256. So 5 volt divided by 256, then how much it will be? Five volt divided by 256, how much it will be? Can anybody tell me? How much it is?
0.01935. 53, sorry.
19. How much?
53125.
53. Okay. 53125 kind of. Okay. So that means now your first digital data will be 00 for 00. We are talking about 8 bits. So our combination will go, this will be 0 volt. And for 0000 0001, it will be 19.53 millivolt. And likewise, if you go till 1111, then how much it will be? 5 volt minus 19.53 millivolt. So how much it will be? Somewhere. So that means here, what is your 1 LSB error? 1 LSB error is 19.53 millivolt, because here your levels have been increased because you are using 8-bit converter. So 8-bit converter means your levels will be 256. Now here we were talking about 4-bit converter. So our level was 312.5 millivolt. That means my resolution of 4-bit converter is for 5, if my analog voltage is 5 volt maximum, then it is 312.5 millivolt. That means the smallest quantity which it can measure sense is 312.5 millivolt. But if you talk about 8-bit converters, then in case of maximum 5 volt analog input, your level of sensing is 19.53 millivolt. That means your resolution is 19.53 millivolt. So here your one step is of 312.5 millivolt. Here your one step is of 19.53 millivolt. So that means if you are increasing the number of bits, your resolution is improving. That means you can measure smaller amount of data. Now here you cannot measure 19.53 millivolt, because if you give 19.53 millivolt as an input, then it may be given as a 0 volt, which it is not. It is 19.53 millivolt. But because your sensing of level is 312.5, so 19.53 is not having any option, of digital conversion 00000001. So from these two only it has to take one level. So 19.53 is more towards 0 compared to 312.5. So it will give me 0000, or sometimes it may give me 0001. So this is not a proper conversion. Proper conversion for 001 is 312.5 millivolt. That means if you are using the less number of bits, then your resolution is deproved. When you are using more number of bits, then your resolution is improved. Now here in this case, if your data is 19.53, it will give you 00000001 as a next input. And but if your data is 8 millivolt, then here also it will be error. It may give you 0000, or it may give you 000001, because it is 8 millivolt. So it is not having any proper digital level for 8 millivolt, because your resolution itself is of 19.53. So you understood that how the number of bits are important. Is it clear to you why the number of bits important?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is the parameter. Number of bits parameter is common to all, that is that digital to analog also, and analog to digital also. And one LSB error will always be there. So if your resolution is good, then your one LSB error is low. If your resolution is poor, then your one LSB error will be high. So this is what we talked about, number of bits. Now suppose if you want to, so I think this is clear to you, the number of bits, why number of bits is important. As you go on increasing the number of bits, the number of levels which it is getting divided will increase. Now let's talk about that my analog data is both negative also and positive also. That means suppose if my analog data is ranging from minus 2.5 to 2.5 volt, then how much will be my maximum voltage span? What is my maximum voltage span of measurement?
5 volt, ma'am.
Yes, 5 volt. Good. Why? Because 2.5 minus of minus 2.5, that is we are going from minus 2.5 to 2.5. So our maximum voltage level is of 5, because our lower level is minus 2.5. So here previously for 0 volt it will be we are talking about 4-bit converter. So previously for 0 volt it was 0000 digital output, but now in this case it will be for minus 2.5 volt. Is it clear? Because your lower level is minus 2.5. Then your middle level is 1000. For this it will be 0 volt. And your higher level is 1111. For this it will be 2.5 minus that 312 point something. What was that? 312.5. 312.5 millivolt. So is it clear? When you go from 0 to 5, then your digital data 00 will correspond to 0 volt, and your middle scale will correspond to, this is 1000, it will correspond to 2.5 volt. So 0 0 will be 0 volt, 1 0 0 will be 2.5 volt, and 1 1 1 will be 5 minus 3 1 2.5 millivolt. Now when we talk about minus 2.5 to 2.5 volt, then my 0 0 0 will correspond to minus 2.5 volt. Middle level 1 0 0 will correspond to 0 because it will go from minus 2.5, then middle level will be 0, and last level will be 2.5 minus 3 1 2.5 millivolt, whatever may be 1 LSB error, that is your there. So is it clear when you talk about bipolar data, bipolar analog signal? Same is the case for D2A converter. If my data range I want minus 2.5 to 2.5, then if I give 0 0 0 as digital input, then my analog output will be minus 2.5 volt. If I give my digital input as 1 0 0, my analog output will be 0 volt, and if I give as 1 1 1 1, then it will be 2.5 minus 1 LSB error. So is it clear for bipolar data, etc.? So why number of bits is important? Because number of bits is increasing the level. Where is my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
In my case, it is not visible. Oh. Yeah. So you are able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But I am not able to see my screen. Yeah. So number of bits is clear. Now we'll go to digital to analog converter. If this concept is clear, then we will understand the data converters. So when we talk about digital to analog converters, it is converting digital data into analog signal. Now let's go with first type of digital to analog converter, that is your binary weighted or weighted binary. Yeah. So this is the site. I will share this particular file also, and here I have mentioned the site also, that from where I have taken the matter. You can use any textbook also. So when we talk about digital to analog converter, my input is digital input. This is LSB. Let's say this is MSB, and your output is analog output. And if I talk about binary weighted DAC, then what is binary weighted DAC? Suppose if we talk about 4-bit converters, then my levels will be from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1 1. That is from 0 to F. That is from 0 to 15. Now, suppose if my voltage is ranging from 0 to 10 volt. Now, we have seen the example of 0 to 5 volt. But let's say, suppose if my voltage is ranging from 0 to 10 volt. This is our analog output, maximum analog output. Now, you must have studied operational amplifier somewhere. So, suppose if you see one inverting operational amplifier means your input is available at inverting terminal, and your gain of the amplifier is this feedback resistance RF by input resistance Rin. So this is my gain RF by Rin. So V output is nothing but gain RF by Rin multiplied by input voltage. But it will be, if your input is positive, then it will be negative output, and if your input is negative, then the output will be positive. Why? Because it is inverting amplifier, just because of that. So this is our basic inverting operational amplifier, which you must have studied, I think, in 12th or maybe in first year, etc. So we will be using the concept of this particular inverting operational amplifier in weighted binary digital to analog converter. Now let's talk about summing amplifier. What is my, if I understand inverting amplifier, then summing amplifier is very easy. Feedback resistance is this common. You are applying the input at inverting terminal. Now instead of one input, you are applying 4 inputs. So this is my first input, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, and these are the resistance values. So all at all 4 pins, what this will do, this will sum up this particular inputs. And what will be your gain? Your gain will be like this. Your output will be, V output is nothing but RF by, now what will be your resistances in case, because you have 4 resistances. So with V in 1, what is the resistance associated? R1. So RF by R1. With VN2, what is the resistance associated? R2. So it is RF by R2 for V3. So it will be the combination of or summing of all the 4 inputs. Is it clear? Gain for this particular is RF by R1. This will be RF by R2, RF by R3, and RF by R4. So this is, now here in case, because there was only one input, so your output was RF by Rin into Vin, because only one Vin was there. But here there are 4 Vins, so that's why it will be, there will be 4 quantities and this will be added. But because this is given to negative terminal, that's why your output will be negative. So is it clear? If you fix the value of resistances, all the resistances same, that is R1 or all same values, then it will be taken common outside RF by Rin and in bracket Vin1 plus Vin2. So this is your summing amplifier. The same concept we use in binary weighted or weighted binary. Now if you talk about 4-bit binary weighted, then 4-bit means there should be 4 input levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is your VA. A terminal is we called as LSB, that is least significant bit, and let's say VD, that is D terminal, we called as MSB, that is most significant bit. So your data will range from 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1, because it is 4-bit, and correspondingly analog output you will get depending on. Now we have no known inverting amplifier, we are knowing the concept of summing amplifier. The same concept is applied in this particular case, but here we talk about digital data. So digital data means if it is logic 1, then it will be 5 volt or 10 volt, because we were talking about 10 volt data. And if it is logic 0, then it will be 0 volt. So my how many levels are 4-bit data means how many levels are there? 0, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1. So it will range from 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3. That is your final levels. So here how you have to keep the resistance value, because here it is 4-bit. 4-bit means your first level is 2 raised to 0. So 2 raised to 0 means it is 1. So if you keep this as 1, you have to keep this as 1K. If you keep this as 1K, then your next will be 2 raised to 1, that is 2. So 1K multiplied by 2, that is 2K. This resistance will become 2K. Now third bit will become 2 raised to 2, that is 4. So 4 into 1K, that is 4K. This value of resistance will be 4K. Then next value of resistance will be 2 raised to 3, that is 8. 8 multiplied by 1K. So it will be 8K. If you take this as 2K, then 2K multiplied by 2, 2K multiplied by 4, 2K multiplied by 8. So your values will differ if you select the basic resistance different. So for simplicity, let's take this as 1K. So this will become 2K, this will become 4K, this will become 8K. So this is how your weighted binary. You are giving the weight depending upon the bits, number, position of the bit. If your bit is MSB, then the value of resistance will be the basic resistance, that is, let's say 1K. If your bit is then it is 2K, then it is 4K, then it is 8K. So if you put these particular values in your above formula, then V out will be RF by R4, RF by R3, RF by R2 VB, and RF by R1 VS. Simply in summing amplifier, you have to replace the nomenclatures. There it was V in 1, V in 2, V in 3, V in 4. Here it is VD, VC, like that. And you put the values of resistances which you have selected. So if you calculate this, your output formula will become like this. So your output will be like this. So if you go on putting on these values, let's say suppose if your VA is 0, like if you see the example over here, if you talk about code 1000, binary code is 1000. So your analog voltage is ranging from 0 to 10 volt. In this particular example, we have taken 0 to 10 volt. So what will be the analog output for 1000? Can anybody guess? Nobody can answer. Here it is clearly mentioned. You can read also this, but here we have taken, instead of when we have explained the example, we have taken the range from 0 to 5 volt. So when we were taking from 0 to 5 volt, our one level was 312.5 millivolt. But here we are taking from 0 to 10 volt. So 0 to 10 volt means one level will be from 10 volt divided by 16, that is 625 millivolt. So when I take my digital data, when I put here, this will be correspond to the logic levels. If it is 5 volt, then it is logic 1. If it is 0 volt, then it is logic 0. So if I apply the input 0 0 0, all these 0 0 0, then if you put into 0 0 0 0, then your values will be like this: 1 plus 0.5 plus 0.25 plus like this. So here you will get the output as 0 0 0 0. But if you take the input 1, if you put here 1 and all this will be 0 0, then if you substitute the values, then for 0 0 0 1 digital data, you will get 625 millivolt or 0.625 volt, that is, and it will be negative because you are applying the input to negative terminal. So that's why it is negative. Otherwise there is no other reason for negativity. And if you apply 1000, 100 means this will be 1, this is 0, this is 0, and if you put the values, then you will get the 5 volt data, minus 5 volt. Why minus 5 volt? Because you are using inverting amplifier. So instead of 5 volt output, so it will be 1000 means it is your middle level of digital data. So middle level of analog data is 5 volt. For 0 to 10 volt range, it is 5 volt. So likewise, if you substitute the values of this, for logic 1 you have to put 5, for 5 volt. For logic 0 you have to put 0, and then you can have 16 combinations and you can check your digital output by putting to this formula. So you will get the table like this. If your input is 0 0 0 0, then you will get, if you substitute the values, you will get analog output as 0. When your digital input is 0 0 0 1, when you substitute the values, then your analog output is 0.625. Minus sign is just because you are using inverting amplifier. Otherwise there is no other reason for minus sign. Likewise, if you see all this particular table, then at 1000 middle level you will get minus 5 because your analog voltage is ranging from 0 to 10 volt. And when we see the last level 1111, then instead of minus 10 volt, you are getting minus 9.375, that is 10 volt minus 3125 millivolt, because it is 1 LSB less, because we are starting from 0. We are not starting from 1. Here we are starting from 0, so that's why last level we are not getting 10, you are getting 1 LSB less. So this is how your binary weighted is working. So in binary weighted, you have to remember that your resistance value should be, if you keep this as 1K, the next will be double than that, like that. To likewise, you have to go on increasing the values of resistances. Now, when we see the second type of digital to analog converter, that is R2R analog converter, then in case of R2R analog converter, it is very simple. In case of binary weighted, as you go on increasing number of bits, then your values of resistance will be 1K, 2K, 4K, 8K, 16K, 32K, like that. But in case of R2R ladder, it is only 2 values of resistance. If you fix this as R, the next will be 2R. So R can be any 1K. Suppose if it is 1K, then this all will be 2K. If this is 2K, then this all will be 4K resistances. So here you do not have to have more ranges of resistances. Only 2 values of resistances are sufficient. If you take one is R, then another should be 2R. And how you apply the inputs, your input, if it is 4-bit data, then your LSB is applied at this end, MSB is applied at this particular end, and your output is taken at this particular end. So if I talk about the formula comes out to be, now simple, if you take, we have seen the example of simple inverting amplifier, your RF is feedback resistance and R is your input resistance. So your output will be RF by R and it will be negative. Why? Because you are applying the input at negative terminal. So if your input is 0, then your output will be 0. And if I apply the terminal, if I apply the voltage 1 at this VA voltage level. So why I have shown this in figure at up, because just to differentiate between this. This is given as logic 0, that is 0 volt grounded. This is logic 0, that is grounded. This is logic 0, that is grounded. And this is logic 1, that is 5 volt. So at VA terminal, we have given 5 volt. So now my combination of inputs are 0, 0, 0, 1. So what will be my output? My output will be 312.5 millivolt if my output is ranging from 0 to 5 volt, and I have 16 levels. So 5 divided by 16, that is 312.5 millivolt. So same is the case if I apply the voltage to VB terminal, and this is grounded, this is grounded, this is grounded. Then if you calculate the output, it will be 625 millivolt. So likewise, if you take here, then it will be 2.5 volt. So this is the formula. V out is nothing but VA plus 2VB plus 4VC plus 8VD divided by 16. So general, if I see this, then again it is for 0, 0, 0. If it is my maximum range is 5 volt, then it will be 0 volt. For 1, 0, 0, it will be 2.5 volt. For 1, 1, 1, 1, it will be 4.6875. That is 1 LSB less. So this is how R2R ladder works. Here you don't have to take more values of resistances. Only 2 values of resistances are sufficient. If you take one basic resistance as R, then the next then this value should have been double than R. This is only formula. It can be anything. If it is 1K, then this will be 2K. If it is 2K, then this will be 4K. So whatever may be the basic value of R, this value should be double than that. And this is your bits, number of bits, 4 bits. So if you solve the circuit like this, you will understand that how the output is coming. So is it clear? Both the types of converter, both the types, weighted binary and R2R ladder. The simple is R2R ladder. Why? Because here complexity is less. There you have to use more number of resistances like 1K, 4K, 8K, and if number of bits are going increasing, then your values of resistances will also go on increasing. But here only 2 values of resistances are sufficient. That is, one is R and another is 2R. So is it clear? The principle, how it is converted,
Yes, ma'am.
digital data into analog data. So next tomorrow we will see analog to digital converters. You can go through this weighted binary. You can refer any of the books which is referred to in your syllabus or etc. You can refer my notes also. You can refer any internet notes also, whatever maybe, wherever you can understand it better. But main thing is that you should know the concept of number of bits, the concept of conversion time, and the concept of settling time. Number of bits is common to analog to digital converter and digital to analog converter. So these are the selection parameters: number of bits and conversion time for analog to digital converter, and number of bits and settling time for digital to analog converter. So as we increase the number of bits, our levels are increasing, and hence our resolution is improving. So you understood the terminologies: what is resolution, what is levels, what is 1 LSB error, etc. Is it clear to you, these terminologies?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if it is clear, then we can, if you want me to continue now, we will continue now on analog to digital converter. Otherwise, we will continue tomorrow, whichever way you prefer.
Tomorrow, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So you start writing your attendance in chat box. And Prince, you give me the attendance later on. All of you start writing the
Okay, ma'am.
attendance in chat box. And if you have any difficulties, any other problems, may not be related to subject, may be related to other subjects, or maybe any general problem and or any personal problems, you can discuss with me personally also on phone or on WhatsApp, etc. And you have my email ID for submission of your assignments. Ayubshinas@gmail.com. Those who have not submitted the assignments, all assignment, maybe because of some or the other problem, maybe suffering from some or maybe some problem at home, etc. You can submit me now also the previous all assignments. So if all of you have written the attendance, let me know, then I will close the meeting. Have you gone through the previous notes, previous first 2 units notes? If you have any problem in that also, you can ask me anytime. So is the attendance over? All of you have written the attendance? What is the date today?
Yeah. 21 May.
Yeah.
21, ma'am.
Yeah. 21 May 2021 attendance. So all of you have written the attendance. I will share the note tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, Ankita's internet connectivity is like.
So you write her attendance in chat box. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
On behalf of Ankita, you write it. Yeah, right. Do it fast, then I will close the meeting. If all of you have written. Write down for Ankita fast. Yeah.
Done,
So I
ma'am.
think, yeah. So now I think it is over. All of you have written.